what an appropriate pub to be at. Robin Hood. I feel like I've been robbed with family and never really had. So the big reveal, eh? But before you watch this video, go, if you haven't watched the previous ones, 1 and 2, part 1 and part 2 of My Life's a Lie, go and watch them first and then come back to this. What happened was I eventually got in touch with somebody on social media, which social media, it just shows how powerful it can be. And it shocked me. Within 4 hours of me putting on the information, I got a couple of replies back, and we've been speaking. So everything what we was talking about, it was bang on. So that's not just the shock of finding that my dad wasn't my dad. There's another shock, a big shock. I have got some more siblings, but whoever. So I find out that basically I've got 3 more brothers, 4 more sisters, so it's another 7 members of my family. So in a way, I'm brother of 12. So a little bit like this place, because this is closed down. So now I've closed that chapter and opening new beginnings. So this Robin Hood's closed. A bit like me trying to find my dad, that's closed. I found him. He's no longer with us, he's died, but the big reveal was, who was it? So let's come back to that in a minute. I know it's not St Helens, but behind me we've got the headstocks of Clipston, Mansfield. So yeah, the reason why I've come here is basically St Helens was a bit of a mining town as well. So and this was when it was all happening that I was conceived, as you can say. But yeah, it's before anything, it's not just about me. This is affecting everybody. That's better than it. So it's affecting everyone. It's not just me. It affects the family that's involved in it as well. So I've got to give them respect and credit, because I've been speaking to a couple of them, and straight away I feel accepted. But how did he approach it? Just look at this while I'm here. No drones, use of drones, UAVs over this site, strictly prohibited. Anyone found operating a drone over the location will be reported and prosecution and subject to civil action. If it's a no restriction zone, you can fly over it. But the sign is a little bit of a deterrent for people, isn't it? Anyway, back to my story. I spoke. This is the awkwardest part ever, because basically I've spoke to her, my sister. So I've spoken to her, and I'm not going to mention her name because obviously that's a bit private for her at the minute, and hopefully in the future we will get to see her and she'll be on the videos. They will be on the videos. So in a total I've got 7 brothers and sisters extra, and those 5 brothers as well, so 12 of us. So it's a bit of a shocker. So out of the 7 of them, there's 1 brother that's alive. He's 75. He was the youngest. Then there's one that's 82, one that's 79. This is the sisters, and I think it's the 4 sisters are still alive, and it's just one brother that's alive. So there's 5 left. It sounds awful saying that as well, don't it? I've just got to be careful how I say things. But yeah, I've got to think of them. I don't want to be pestering, mithering or anything like that, but there's loads of questions and answers that we both need. But as soon as I phoned the sister up, I don't like saying the sister, she has got a name, but I'm not mentioning the name as yet. But as soon as I phoned her up, she's 79, and I said, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say this. She said, don't worry, we already knew about you. And she knew from the age of 20 that she had a brother, or could be brothers. But yeah, it was so welcoming. It's like, do you, when you watch Davina McCall on Long Lost Family, and they go to the family first and they ask the family, would you want to meet? I didn't have that option. I just went with, as I usually do, put my foot in bad places, don't I? But this time I didn't. I was accepted. It was like they knew all about me. The only question she asked is, how come now? Well, I've explained why, because my life anyway, and ups and downs and things like that, and then it comes to me, then it went away. It's like anybody, we might want to do something and then we put it off for, we think it's a year, and then the next thing 5 or 10 years has gone past. But yeah, 7 brothers and sisters. Busy. The question what I was asking myself, how did it get away? How did he get away with it? And because he used to come on holiday with us, he used to, obviously, we did everything, driving the car, sitting on his knee, and we did literally everything. So it was my Uncle Alf. And that's another hard thing as well, because I've been used to saying Uncle Alf. It's like, it's not, it was my dad. My dad's my dad anyway. My dad, not my biological dad, but obviously my dad who my mum was with, that's my dad. But obviously, what did he say? Well, I'm not a bastard, am I? I've got 2 dads. So what's next? I can't honestly say I know what's next. I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know what they would do next. We've exchanged numbers, and I've got like loads of nieces and nephews that I didn't know about. And it's so weird. One of the nephews has got the same name as me, Darren, and one of the sisters lost a son, which is my nephew again, and his name was Danny. It's sad to hear, because it would have been nice to, if I wouldn't have been robbed, like Robin Hood, if I wouldn't have been robbed and told at the beginning, I might have got to know them all. And that's the hardest part of it. I could have got to know and be part of the family. But I can't believe how nice they've been. The niece who I've been talking to, it's like I said, I'm just ready for slipping up the names and I don't want to, but the niece I've been talking to, she's been absolutely brilliant, and so's my sister. It's like, it's a shock. All the joking around that I do, I have got serious parts of me, and people don't see that. They just think it's joke and dance, but I'm not. It's like, I am joking about, and it's my way of dealing with things. But to find out that I had that family, and I just hope now that they do stay in touch, that we do get to know each other, and that they get to know me and I get to know them. But it's loads of like scenarios going in my head. What happens if, like, say I meet 5 or 6 of them all at once? All their eyes are going to be on me, and it's just one set of my eyes on them. They'll be looking to see, who do I look like? I haven't got that. Do you know what I mean? I can't say, did they look like me? Because you never know who looks like you. It's other people who tell you that somebody looks like you. So there's loads of like questions and loads of answers I want. But I've got to be careful and tread very carefully as well. But talking to them, they've been absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. But I've got to think, it's like you've got to think of, how did it all come about? How did my man meet him, and why did the affair happen, and things like that. But I have found that my Uncle Alf and his wife, we used to go down and see him. I used to go and get cakes, and he used to make cakes on a weekend, and he used to go and pick a tin of cakes up. And the families told me, the sisters told me, she said, my mum knew about you, but because she loved my Uncle Alf that much, I keep calling him Uncle Alf because that's an habit, but because she loved him that much, they just got on with it and accepted it and moved on. Where like now, if that happened now and nowadays, it'd be split up, wouldn't it? You'd split up, you wouldn't, it's cheating. Well, it was cheating, but they stayed together. And we were still allowed to go down and see him. And they knew that, his wife knew that I was his son. There's more to it, and I will keep letting you know every now and again, but this is the, like I say, it's the big reveal of who it was, and I was shocked with it. I had an inkling, I had an idea because I was told, but because my older brothers, they always, you think it's like, is it because they're saying this because they want to fall out, they want to cause a bit of trouble and that, so you don't believe it. But it was always in the back of my mind who it was, and it's, do you know when you go out to New Year with a bang? I've gone into it with a bang. And I've got that many siblings now. It's like brothers, sisters, and it's like nieces and nephews, and then they've had kids, the nephews have had kids, and it's like, there was a saying I used to say, well, we all said it in St Helens, that St Helens was into bread. So if you went out with a girl in St Helens, or you went out with a lad, you'd have to get not the little birth certificate, you'd have to get the full A4 one to make sure you wasn't related. God, we was dicing on very delicate grounds, weren't we? Because we never knew. Well, we didn't know, did we? But yeah, I'm babbling on because I'm just so shocked. It's like, put in the comments below, what questions would you be thinking to ask? Or what would you do if, has it happened to you? It's like you go to Aldi and you get a cheap tin of beans with only about 4 or 5 beans in the tin. I've got that bloody big tin of beans, and it's like sprouted out loads of my family. I've got the variety version. Just for anybody who's interested in this, basically that's Clifton Ed Stocks, and Jan's dad used to work there as well at one time, Rufford Pit as well. So it's all closed off, and they're supposed to be doing something with it, but what, I don't know. But, What happens now? What do we do next? I don't know. When I say it was my uncle, it wasn't my real uncle, obviously. It's like years ago, your next door neighbour, one of my mum's neighbours, her name was Marion, and we had to call her Auntie Marion. So we all had uncles and aunties, which wasn't really our aunties or uncles. It was just a thing we said, wasn't it, years ago? We all had these aunties and uncles, which really wasn't our aunties, it wasn't our uncles. So I don't know where it's going to go from here. Hopefully meet up with them and work it from there, one step at a time. That's all I can do. But I'll tell you what, I got so emotional with it. I thought, bloody hell, is it? I didn't know if it was the right thing I'd done or the wrong thing I've done. But speaking to them, yeah, I think they've all got to speak to the other ones. There's 3 of them that know now, out of the 4 or 5 that's left. I can't remember what that is, if it was 4 or 5 that's left. I'm sure it was 4 that's left. And 3's died. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong with that. So I'm just going to go back through a few things which I've thought of, and like, is it just wondering how it come out and how they met. That's what, and what everyone thought about it when they found out. That's the biggest thing about it. Am I an hindrance to them now because it's come out? It's come out anyway, but have I rejogged the memory? Oh, I'll never know, will I? Until we meet again. But hopefully it'll be fine. That's all I can wish for. So now it's I'm gonna get back home, have a cup of tea, and thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for supporting me with it. Hopefully I'm going to speak to one of the sisters. I've got a few photos and see if I can put them up at the end of the video. I'll see you all soon. I'll catch you on the next one, and I think I'm going to carry on with these true life stories. Yeah, definitely. Hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and I'll see you all soon on the next one. Thanks for watching, and I really do appreciate everybody who watches and everyone who's given the comments. I have got quite a few people on there, Lainey and Nikki, absolutely brilliant. Thanks for your support, and I do appreciate it, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.